Plastic Off the Sofa is one of the standout tracks off of Beyonce's Renaissance album. And the reason is simple. The woman is singing for her life. So in this video, I wanted to break down a few of the moments that really make this song iconic. So let's break down some more Beyonce. Hello everybody, O'Neal Gerald Donald here, and I'm still listening to Renaissance from top to bottom. The thing is so cohesive, but in the middle of Renaissance, we get a little bit of a pause in terms of tempo. We get into a sultry, smooth feel on the iconic Plastic Off the Sofa. Like the runs, the tricks, the subtleties, there are so many things that are jam-packed into this performance. So I wanted to start to get into it. So firstly, can we talk about this tone? Beyonce is giving a very light, airy tone that shows up the lighter side of her voice. And I know nobody's perfect, so I'll let you be. And with the new maturity and weight that's come to her sound, creating such a light sound puts her in a place to have a few advantages. One of those advantages being the juxtaposition between her lighter side and her fuller, weightier mode 1 side of her voice, her chest voice. So for example, when she sings, "It's the way you listen when I'm crying. It's the way you listen when I'm crying." She starts in that lighter mode, but then she heads into this darker, deeper reach of a place. So these two things, her lighter performance and her lower tessitura, work together to make this song sound super easy when it's actually super, super hard. One, you have these colorful decorations that are at super fast speeds. Help it, Beyoncé. What? There's a lot going on in these riffs, and also maintaining the light balance of this airy tone. Like, there is a lot of control that Beyonce is exhibiting in order to keep her voice in that light mode. Because we're used to hearing Beyonce sing in a much thicker, heavier space. But on this track, like she's known to do every now and then, like on Speechless and on I Miss You, why is that? She's lightening the tone. Her being in this light mode means that she is in a playground when it comes to her creating riffs and runs, especially because she comes out swinging in the beginning. Listen, when I heard this, I fell out of my seat. I was like, are you kidding me? So early in the song, you're just swinging like this? What? So she kind of has a little bit of a pause there, and then she kind of wiggles there, and then I think the brilliance of this run for me is magnified by the fact that the bass is doing the same thing. That's okay. We're getting Beyonce actually meet the bass on this note right here, and then they're doing the exact same thing. The bass is fun, and it makes it absolutely wonderful. So let's do it at half the speed. There's actually another note there that I didn't realize. Let's go half the speed. Right here, and yes! And then at full speed. Yes! Yeah! Sing, Beyonce. And later in the song, we get something amazing where Beyonce actually expands on this same bass run. It's the longest run of the entire song. It's really hard. Let's see if I can do this. It's the way you want one more kiss after you said you were leaving. Oh my gosh. It's the way you want one more kiss after you said you were leaving. Yes. So really what Beyonce does is she takes this section, right, and she expands on that information. So what I'll do is I'll draw this exact same run, but I'll draw the rest, and you'll actually see that it's the same shape. So we get the bass lead in, so the one I just kind of even draw that here. And then with Beyonce, we get and in the same breath, we're getting some lightning fast riffs on the top. It's the way you want one more kiss after you said you were me. And then I think there's a little bit of a drop there. I basically ran out of space. It's the way you want one One more kiss after you say what will leave. Oh my gosh, at the edge of the iPad. So let's do this at half the speed. You might have to rewind this part a few times, but I'm here for you. Let's take it slow. Remember the part with the bass first? Alright, full speed, guys. Can you keep up? Can you keep up? Anyway, let's go. Bass part first. Sing the song, Beyoncé. And I love the variety of ideas that Beyoncé has access to because she studied her voice so much and because she studied what she likes and what sound she wants to create. But a lot of you, in wanting to not just be a singer but be an unforgettable vocalist, are looking for your sound. I've spoken to so many different singers that have been stuck because they've been, you know, mimicking their favorite singer, including Beyoncé, but they haven't found what they're actually capable of doing and how they can actually share the message that they have to share with the world in an original way. So what I've done is I've created a free training for you guys that are looking to actually expand in your singing. So go to reclaimyourvoice.ca/masterclass and watch my free training, because there I'm gonna give you some great tips on how to actually expand your singing from being closeted and in the box to actually being a full outward expression of what you believe, what you value, and of what you want to celebrate in the world. So head to reclaimyourvoice.ca/masterclass, watch the free training, and get your life, reclaim your voice. Reclaiming my voice! Anyway, let's continue to look at what Beyoncé's doing. Okay, now that that runs out of the way, we need to talk a little bit about how Beyoncé is navigating the shifts in tonalities. So if you were to think of the song in two different worlds, we have the normal world that has us with the regular chord progression. But I like it when you be yourself around me, right? But then when we get to the chorus of the song, we got, and I like it, babe. So it kind of takes us into a slightly different world in terms of key, but then it brings us back. Okay? But in order for a singer to be successful in singing a song like this one, they have to be able to navigate around the notes that are between the two different worlds smoothly. And of course, Beyoncé did that well. And it's one of my favorite runs in the song. Sing! So we first start off with one of the notes that are key in this shift in tonality. And then with the notes that come after, it kind of reminds us of the original key. So we start here. And then she continues in this new tonality. And then we get some smart syncopation. And that's probably what makes this one of my favorite runs. Yes. And what I love is on this bottom note as well, we're actually getting Beyoncé sneak a little bit of breath into the note. She lets the note disappear, kind of. She loosens the connection of her folds. And then she connects again. And these syncopated notes are everything. So if I was gonna be churchy and turn this into a shout song, I would actually be able to clap on the run. I'll show you. Right? That's kind of a good way to explain syncopation. But anyway. Alright, let's do this at half the speed. Here we go. Yeah. And then at full speed. Yes, Beyoncé, sing your face off. And then while we're still talking about navigating the shifts in tonality, we get the wildest part. I love it, baby. I like it, baby. I love it, baby. I like it, baby. Wait. What? I like it, I love it, baby. And again, this is the hardest part for me. In me trying to learn this thing, this was definitely the hardest part for me. I like it, baby. And what makes it really smart to me is really how Beyoncé, you know, plays with the tonality. She kind of, you know, keeps the tonality in separate spaces, but then uses key notes to illustrate that we are in a new tonality. So if I even circle that here, these are key notes that are signaling us where the tonality is, which is kind of cool. But anyway, let's put this at half the speed. Sing your face off. And then at full speed. Wait. What? And then she does it again. And I'm not gonna plot this one, but I like it, I like it, I like it, yeah. Yeah, I like it, I like it, I like it, yeah. And then we get the piece that expands on the information and the ideas, but then it just blows your brain away. I like it, baby. What? What? But we gonna do it. And actually, this is a lot of the same idea from before. Baby, it's the same thing. It's just on a different beat. I like it, baby. Okay, Whitney. I like it, baby. And what's actually really cool about this is actually that she sets up the home tonality a lot earlier than she actually does usually within this little section. Eyes, where should right? Is where she starts to set up the new tonality, and then she brings it back home. And so this part is this tonality, and then the end is where we set things back home. So let's do it at half the speed. Here we go. Yeah, and then at full speed, right here. Sing the song, Beyonce! And of course, we get into the transition between Plastic Off the Sofa and Virgo's Groove. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the vocal side of how Beyonce actually sets it up. The actual musical side I talked a little bit more about in detail in my transition breakdown from Renaissance. I go through all of the tracks, go and watch that. But until then, here's what she's doing vocally. So we get the speed up, just like I talked about in the transition in Renaissance. Speeds up. We go to the minor side of this key. So she says, I like it, baby. I like it, baby. But then she switches to the first lyric of Virgo's Groove. Baby, come on over. Baby, come on over. Lyrically, she's already switching to Virgo's Groove. And then she sings, I like it, babe. I like it, babe. And then she switches the note. A, B. And that's what signals the key change. Transition, transition, insert Virgo's Groove. Now, if you want to hear a little bit more of me breaking down runs from different artists, you can click this link right here. And for my transition breakdown, you can click the link over here. Also, subscribe to this channel because this is the place where we help you to reclaim your voice. Reclaiming my voice. I'm O'Neal Gerald Donald, and I'll see you all in another video. Bye, everyone.